Hello everyone, in this video we are going to try out the animations available in the Gmail application using React Native. So we have three areas to focus. One is the header area, then the compose button, and lastly the bottom navigation bar. We will try out this animation in both Android and iOS. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, let's get started. So I have created this UI already, so now we have only need to focus on the animation. So I'll go through what I have done already. So altogether we have four child components. One is the header for this header part, and then we have the email list component, and then we have our favorite button, the compose button, and then our navigation bar. So if I go inside the header component, you can see it's very simple one, and couple of stylings as well, especially the shadows and stuff. And then we have the email list, very simple. Inside the render item, you can see we have used a button with rendering each email, and we have just used the flat list, and the data I have used these values. I have created these dummy data. And then we have the compose button, and you can see here I have used two views. The reason is for the animation we need to translate this button in the the x-axis to hide this compose area. After the animation we only see this pen icon. There's another reason why I use these two views instead of using one. The main reason actually is to here you can see we have used the shadow outside this component. So as I was saying that since the plan is to translate x translate this button in the x-axis, we need to hide the overflow. So to hide the overflow, we have used this outer view, the second view we have in the 8th line. So we have set this overflow hidden. So once we start the translate, the overflow side of the components is not going to be visible. So instead of using this component, we could have used this outer component, the outer view, or rather this view. So why I couldn't use that is if we add the overflow over here, you can see what will happen. You can see that the outer shadow disappeared. The reason is the shadow is appearing outside the component, and if we are adding this overflow, the shadows are going to be invisible. So that's not what we want in this video. So I have added this wrapper view to handle the animation. Alright, then we have the bottom navigation bar, very simple, two icons, that's all. And I think I forgot to mention that here you might have already seen that I have used text here instead of input, because we are mainly focusing here on the animation. Alright, so how we are going to start this? So we are going to start it from the email list. So every animation here is based on the scrolling, so then it should start from the flat list. So we are going to track whether the user is going up on the list or going down. So to do that, we are going to use onScroll property. I'm going to pass this to the parent. Let's see what is the event type. Yep, this one. Can use it here on scroll, handle scroll. We have the event, and let's use this. Go here. Okay, let's import this one as well. Right, let's see whether so far everything is working fine or not. Let's log this. Okay, we have an error, which is okay. Cool. Let's see. Okay, we have to save this file as well. Okay, we are getting some of logs. Let's get the interested one only. Offset y. We can get maybe native event and content offset and y. Let's see whether we are getting this value. Alright, now we can get the scroll positions. So based on this value, we can find out whether the user is going up or down. So to do that, let's add a direction variable and add offset y, and if it is going up, we need to figure it out. So for that, let's create a ref value, current offset, and use ref initial value, let's say 0. So let's first of all this value offset, right, and let's say okay, and it should be going down or otherwise up. So here what it means, like the already stored value is lesser than the offset, means we are going down. Then let's add a if, and if the for here let's add a new value. So what we are trying to do is we need to store this uh, direction in a state variable, so then we can pass it to the rest of the child components and start the animations. Scrolling direction, use state, let's say it's up at the initial value, so we need to set direction. So you can see that whenever this handle scroll event triggers, this is going to change, which is not good. So let's add this if condition. We need to only change the state when the user change the scrolling direction only. So for that, let's add another variable, current scrolling direction, to store the latest value, let's say up, and let's add current scrolling direction is not equal to direction only. We are going to do the change. Of course, we need to set the new value. Alright, so far all good. Let's pass that state here. Alright, we need to do a bit of work over here. Let's add an interface. Alright, let's add a use effect. So we are going to start the animation when this direction value changes. So for that we have this use effect direction, that's the dependency. So if the direction is let's say it's up, direction is up means we need to hide this value, I guess. Let's see, or the other way around. Let's add a start animation function. We can add a true value. So here what we need to do is when the user scroll down, we need to hide this component. So there are two animations here. The first one is we need to translate y. We need to translate this component in the y-axis, and the other one is the change in the opacity. So this is the view we are going to do the change. So let's add animated, and then what we can do is first let's see whether the direction is correct or not, just to be clear. Right, I'm not gonna save that file. Let's say we are going down and we are coming up. You can see, let's come in this. We are going down, we are coming up. It works fine as we expected. So if we are going up, that means we need to show this component. So what we are going to do is we are going to call this start animation. So inside the start animation we can add our animated animations. So to translate we need trans y use ref. Initially let's add animated dot value, let's say 0, and now we need to change that value to value, and the duration let's say 300, and use native drive true. Alright, this should be a number. So if the user is coming up, we need to add 0. That's the initial position. So else we need to translate. Let's add 40 and see whether that's enough or not. Let's add the translate y over here, transform, translate y current. Okay, nothing happens. Okay, it's not working. Let's see why is that. We are getting this value. That's all good. Okay, we need to start the animation. Alright, looks fine, I guess. Now the next thing we have to do is change the opacity. So the opacity we can, to change the opacity we can use this trans y value by using interpolate. So this is changing between -40 to 0. So the output range will be from 0 to 1. We can use it over here. Opacity. Let's see. Okay, looks all right. Okay, there's a problem over here. I guess we need to add. Let's add offset this. Okay, looks all good. All right. So I added this because when the user goes to the top, our component doesn't work properly. Now it's working fine. Alright, next what we have to do is header component, and I think the header component is done. Now what we have to do is the compose button. So for the compose button, we can do the same thing what we did for the header component. Should go outside. Alright, direction. Okay, and then we can use direction over here. Scrolling direction. That's alright. So we can use the same thing over here. Just copy the entire thing, paste it over here. We can use this one as well. And now we are not gonna. Actually, we need to translate y over here as well. But for the moment, let's use trans x. Alright, here x. Now what we need to do is when the user goes down, we need to translate on x-axis our button component. So I'll create an animated button. Can name it animated button, and can use animated dot create like this. And then here we can add transform and translate x. All right, so the translate here happens let's say until 64. Okay, you can see it's all right, but still we can see this compose label, but we can fix it by changing the opacity of the compose button while we do the animation. So to do that, let's add the opacity, and we can use transfix current and interpolate. Input is changing between 0 to 65, and the output range is gonna be 1 to 0. So here for the text, we can add the opacity. Let's see what happened. Okay, we need to wrap. All right. Okay. So our compose button is also working fine, but you can see that if I press this area, this email is not going to be pressable. If I press this area, it's fine, but for this area, it's not. The reason is even though we are translating this button, this view is already here. So we need to add this point event and add box only, I guess. Let's see. We need to add it to the this view as well. It's not. I think we need to add box none. Okay, now it's fine. Now the email is pressable. Looks all right. So now the two of the components are almost done. For the compose button, we need to add another animation to translate our y-axis. Before doing that, let's finish the navigation bar animation. So we can use the same thing what we have used over here. Let's copy the entire thing and paste it over here. And we can change the value bottom navigation bar. And let's we don't need this, we need this. All right, and simple use effect. So here what we are gonna do is here we have added the height of 80, so let's do the translation of 80. So it's pretty simple, the same thing. So we are going to use the direction again over here for the navigation bar component. All right, so now let's add the animation to this view. Here it's not X, let's change it to Y. Transform, translate Y dot current. Looks, let's see, okay, all good so far. So while this goes down, we need to, while the bottom navigation bar goes down, we need to do the same for the compose button. So now let's go to the compose button and add trans Y. You can use this one. Okay, so this needs to be changed from 0 to, let's add 20 and see how it works. So we need to change this view. Transform, translate the y here. No, we don't have the current here. Okay, but we need more. Let's add 80. Okay, it's too much. Let's add 60. Oh, it looks a bit okay. Let's make it. Yeah, let's keep it that way. Yes, that's fine. All good. Let's see how it looks like in the Android. Alright, let's see. It's quite okay. Looks fine. Pretty good, I guess. Alright, that's it from this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Like this video, comment your ideas in the comment section, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Cheers.